Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I thought that I would sit down with you and answer a few of the questions that I've been receiving here on our YouTube page, and also do a little get ready with me as we just have a little girl chat, because why not? One of the questions that has been asked to me, I don't know if some of you saw, but Ransom and I did a video not too long ago talking about race and the truth of race in an interracial marriage. And one of the questions that I received is, why did it seem like we were so uncomfortable talking about race? Which I can see it now as I watch it back, but honestly during the video it really didn't feel uncomfortable. And I think the reason why it came off that way is because, as we kind of mentioned in the video, we really don't like to glorify much outside of Jesus when we're talking about issues of the world, personal lives. We try our best to not glorify them. Not that they don't exist, not that we're oblivious to them, but we really try to focus on what God has done and what He's continuing to do in our lives, as hard as it may be. Sometimes we don't succeed in that. Sometimes we are focusing on issues and we really do feel the effect of that. And so we, in everything that we do, not just on camera, we really do try to keep God first as much as possible. With that being said, we are very cognizant of discussing serious issues and matters that need to be had amongst ourselves and our families. We definitely do take it seriously and want to have those conversations and be aware of how that is affecting our lives and our children. And so it's not that we're oblivious. Another question that I received is, where is Ransom? I know in the past few videos I have been kicking it by myself, and honestly it's because I have a little bit more free time right now. Obviously, being on a modified bed rest, I'm able to focus on putting out these videos, and it's something as I said, I've been wanting to do for a long time. And so I am so grateful that I was slowed down in a sense to be able to do this on a more consistent basis. Ransom has a full-time job that he is working, so it's a little bit more challenging for him to, in the middle of the week, sit down for a video. But he is definitely on board with this and is looking forward to coming back and sharing some more thoughts of his own with us all. So yeah, I'm enjoying doing this, and I'm enjoying just getting better at it, because it is something that you definitely have to practice and really hone your skills on or grow in. And so I'm really enjoying that process of just learning more and seeking and studying actually how to create content. So I'm enjoying that. Another question that I received is, how do you handle dry seasons? How do you overcome? Let me tell you, doing your makeup and talking and trying to answer questions is the test of all time when it comes to multitasking. This is not easy. Your girl is really trying to keep it together. But how do I overcome dry seasons? Ooh, that is a loaded question. I would say that I don't always feel like I'm overcoming a hard season or a dry season. Oftentimes, or the majority of the time, I feel like I'm failing quite badly. And that's what drives me to the feet of Jesus. I know that in my 20s, I had a long period of time where I didn't have many distractions other than work and dance. And so that allowed me to grow in the habit of turning to Jesus when things got difficult, when I felt hurt, when I felt pain, when I felt rejected. I would turn to Him. And so now that is honestly my first go-to, and I'm not very vocal about that necessarily with people that are closest to me. Honestly, I feel like I'm flailing most of the time. I feel like I am very emotional with people that I'm close to, but in my private personal time, I really am seeking the Lord, and He's strengthening me. He does strengthen me to carry on, to be able to speak life over myself in those quiet times, to be able to pray and really have confidence in Him that He will see me through those dry seasons. But again, in that, I am very humbled, because when you are walking with Jesus, talking with Jesus in His Word, you're very much exposed to your weakness. But that again just drives you to the feet of Him. So I think that is honestly how I overcome. I'm being carried by His grace. It's not that I'm so strong. It's not that I am so confident in my own ability, but I trust Him as much as I can. Another question that I received are baby names. What are some baby names you've been thinking about? So interesting, because I never really thought about how Ransom and I would go about sharing the details of our child's name before I got pregnant. But I realized that some people are super private about it, some people are open, and we've decided to not share the name that we have for baby boy. We're keeping it a surprise from everyone, but we do have a name. As far as alternate names, I honestly feel like Noah was on the top of our list for a long time, but my beautiful niece, her name is Noah. And so we were like, okay, well, let's think of some other names. Another name we really liked was Luca, but as time went on, we kind of got over that name as well. Let me see. And then there were a few other names that Ransom and I just couldn't agree on. Like, we didn't both like them. I think I liked the name either Sheldon, or something like that. And Ransom was like, no, not in this lifetime. There weren't many before we actually decided on a name that we both liked, so I'm grateful for that. What is my denomination? So I was raised non-denominational as a believer, and I still am a non-denominational Christian, I would say, which I am very grateful for, just because I feel like it really, again, focuses and highlights just having a relationship with the Lord, walking with Him, following Him. And I guess it's less about traditions, and not that I have anything against denominations. I think no matter what, if you are a believer in Christ, you believe He rose again, and you are, following Him and have a relationship with Him, the denomination I am totally open to. And I understand that people, they are attracted to certain things about denominations that are great, but I just personally haven't really had that experience, because that is the church that I grew up in, just being a non-denominational Christian. And so I don't even say that. Like, I don't even say non-denominational Christian. I just literally say that I'm a believer. So, but yeah, that's what I was raised in and where I am today. Slowing down during pregnancy, has that affected you? Yes, I would say so. I, as I've said before, am the type of person who has a lot of energy. I'm a very social person. I love people. I love meeting people. I love being on the go. I love to travel. And so my profession as a traveling choreographer really fit me well. I've also been training in dance since I was 3 years old. So it's something that I've always done, and I haven't really stopped since. So during this time, it has been a learning curve. It's definitely stretched me. It's definitely caused me to grow as an individual. But I must say, I also have enjoyed it, because I was getting to the point where I was going so much, and I desired to have a family. I desired to be a mom. I'm 31 now, and I really did start to have this strong desire to be a mom. And so I was getting more and more just ready to slow down and change the pace at which I was going. And so there's a part of me that misses it, traveling and working my body and moving my body at an intense level. But then there's another part of me that really is cherishing this moment. Like, really, like, I'm good. Like, I'm enjoying taking a step back and relaxing. I don't think that it also has been a hard challenge for me to change. I've naturally always had, thankfully, this ability to kind of adjust quickly. Like I when I'm transitioning into a different season, or when I'm going into, I have this ability just to adapt, even if it's challenging, even if I'm struggling a little bit mentally. I still am just the type of person that can't stay down for a long period of time. I need the Lord, I need God, I need something to really remedy that, and He does. But naturally, yeah, I'm not the type of person that really stays down for a long time. Another question I received is arguing in marriage. Is that something that happens? Yes, we have definitely had our heated disagreements at times. We really had to make a change, and that change started with prayer. Someone said, I think it was Bill Johnson, the lack of prayer opens up the door for strife and unsettled feelings, non-peace to reside. And so we really had to start praying together constantly, in the morning, at night, and then also what we were intaking, what we're watching, certain shows, certain things on TV, certain music we just can't take in. Not only that on TV, but it also has to do with, who you're surrounded by, the people, the voices, the lack of encouragement as far as seeking the Lord can sometimes also bring a weight. And so we just really had to choose to, again, pray, speak life, and remain grateful for one another and for our lives. And yeah, thankfulness, gratefulness, prayer is vital when it comes to removing a lack of peace and strife. We actually learned and realized that anxiousness rules out or cancels out love. It has a direct impact on your love walk. And so when it says, be anxious for nothing, but in all things pray with thankfulness. And I never really paid attention to that before, with thankfulness, to really be grateful to God for where He's brought you, where you are. And it also says to think on those things. Think on things which are lovely. Think on things which are praiseworthy and noble, so that you're really filling your mind with something that is life-giving. So it's not only the ridding of unfruitful thoughts when you pray to God and you release the anxiety, but then it's also filling your mind with peace and love and joy and gratitude and great praiseworthy things. 3 years in, I'm so grateful for God, the Word, Jesus, what He's doing in my life, in Ransom's life. And I just feel like we are becoming more unified and one. And yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I'm gonna wrap it up here, and looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.